today's gripping video, we're going to discuss the incredible and heart-wrenching story of a 10-year-old witness who helped solve the gruesome murder of Michigan mother. This young hero's keen observations and courage not only brought justice for a slain mother, but also shed light on the power of a child's testimony. Join us as we unravel the chilling details of the crime, the pivotal moments of the investigation, and how this extraordinary child played a crucial role in solving a case. Let's get started. What happened on 10th of May, 1985? Our story begins on May 10th, 1985, in the rural village of Colon, Michigan. A telephone technician, while checking poles and lines, notices something dark and wet on the ground. Leaning in, he sees blue jeans and the flesh of a decomposing body. Alarmed, he calls law enforcement. Detective Sergeant Robin Baker from the St. Joseph County Sheriff's Office arrives, observing a belt and skin in a shallow grave. The body, face down, is exhumed by crime scene technicians in a meticulous, hours-long process. They discover it is a decomposed white female. Her clothing matches a missing persons report Linda Jacobs from 8 weeks earlier in Three Rivers, Michigan, a town with a population of around 8,000. This leads them to believe the woman was missing from Three Rivers, a town located among Three Rivers. Early life of Linda. In the quiet town of Three Rivers, police officer Bruce Van Buskirk married Linda Jacobs, a devout Christian. They had 2 daughters, but infidelity led to a contentious divorce. Linda, now a single mother, raised her daughters with her parents' help in a rented house on Day Road. At church, she met Jim Brinney, who admired her resilience, and he offered his home to Linda, because he travels a lot for work and will stay at his parents' house when he returns. Struggling financially, Linda started a lemonade stand and sold baked goods with her daughters. In rare moments of solitude, she enjoyed walking nearby trails. What happened on March 26, 1985? On March 26, 1985, a 26-year-old mother named Linda embarked on her routine walk, leaving her children with her parents. But as dusk fell, Linda failed to return for her daughters, alarming her concerned parents. With no history of trouble, Linda's disappearance was deeply out of character. Authorities were notified, initiating a thorough search effort. Linda's usual walking routes were isolated, flanked by rural landscapes devoid of streetlights. Despite neighbors' sightings, no substantial leads emerged. Detectives focused on a man residing near the Day and Mount Zion Road intersection, approximately 1.5 miles from Linda's home, as part of their investigation. What did 10-year-old Todd tell the police? The man recounted that his son, Todd, heard gunshots the day before and ventured up a nearby hill from their home, spotting a car and a man loading what seemed to be a deer into the trunk. Detectives took this seriously, seeing a potential link to Linda's disappearance, as her usual walking route coincided with the boys' observation time. They hoped further questioning of Todd could yield vital clues. He affirmed seeing a man with a dark hatchback pulling something from the ditch, which he assumed was a deer. Police carefully extracted details from Todd's deposition to piece together the puzzle in their search for Linda. Detectives traced Linda's walking route to the intersection mentioned by Todd. About 15 feet off the road, they found a significant blood spot, its origin undetermined. Samples were sent for testing. Nearby, a hollow point bullet casing was discovered, common among officers but rare among civilians, corroborating Todd's account. Todd and his parents agreed to hypnosis, recalling seeing a man pulling the girl into his car from the deck. This revelation made Todd a pivotal witness. Under hypnosis, he described the man's actions vividly, confirming crucial details. Todd's cooperation in hypnosis shed light on the harrowing events, aiding investigators in piecing together the truth. Before we continue our video, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications of the latest video uploads. Searching for dark hatchback. Following a county-wide alert for the dark hatchback, officers intensified their search, stopping vehicles matching the description and inspecting trunks. Concerned that the hunter Todd spotted might have witnessed Linda, detectives expanded their efforts. Linda's family was distraught upon learning of the developments. The search extended to neighboring counties, with widespread publicity surrounding Linda's disappearance. Despite extensive efforts, the hatchback remained elusive. When the crime lab confirmed the blood as human, suspicions heightened, signaling a homicide investigation. Shell casings indicated a .38 or .357 caliber weapon, guiding investigators. With mounting evidence, authorities pressed forward, determined to unravel the mystery surrounding Linda's disappearance. Suspects. Detectives began their investigation with Linda's ex-husband, Officer Bruce Van Buskirk, given their custody dispute and his access to similar ammunition. Bruce remained a prime suspect, as ballistics tests commenced on officers' weapons, starting with his. Simultaneously, Todd's encounter with a sketch artist aimed to identify the mysterious figure from the road. Despite widespread circulation, the sketch failed to pinpoint the individual, yet Bruce stayed under scrutiny. However, the ballistics report excluded his involvement, prompting a shift in focus towards Jim Brinney, associated with Linda and her residence. Though initially suspicious, Jim was verified. He wasn't present during Linda's disappearance. 6 weeks pass without a clue, and despite the investigators' best efforts, the case stalls, leaving them desperate for any clues that might lead to Linda's whereabouts. How did the police find Linda's body? In late spring, a phone line technician discovered a partially buried body 16 miles east of Three Rivers, near Cologne. Crime scene technicians excavated the body and confirmed via dental records to be Linda Van Buskirk. The autopsy revealed she was shot 3 times, head, shoulder, and hand, likely the last shot execution style. No evidence of sexual assault was found. Linda's family was devastated. Detectives, resolved to seek justice, speculated the perpetrator knew the remote area well due to the burial site's location. Detectives were determined to get justice for Linda and her family. Because of the remote burial site, they knew it had to be someone familiar with the area. Who is the new suspect, Ricky Moore? Detectives questioned nearby business employees, learning that Ricky Moore, son of Sheriff Sergeant Larry Moore, was seen in Cologne on the day Linda Van Buskirk disappeared. Ricky, a reserve deputy, lived close to the murder site and had a cabin nearby. He cooperated with interviews, stating he checked the cabin for break-ins that night. Familiar with the area where Linda's body was found, he allowed a vehicle search, yielding no blood. Despite discrepancies, detectives remained suspicious. After the interview, Sergeant Moore retrieved Ricky, and they left for their residence. Investigators confronted Ricky Moore at his home, demanding his father's gun. Initially hesitant, Ricky's father urged him to comply. Ricky retrieved the weapon, visibly shaken. The gun was rushed to the lab for testing. Permission granted, detectives searched Ricky's room, finding hollow point bullets matching those at the crime scene. However, the damaged barrel hindered matching to evidence. Seeking alternate leads, they asked eyewitness Todd Terrell to identify the suspect in a lineup, but Todd couldn't make a match. In fact, the sketch of the person that Todd made did not look anything like Ricky Moore, and the gun was sent for testing. Here is the answer to an important question. Who is the killer? The ballistics expert, persistently testing Ricky's firearm, eventually matched bullet fragments and casings from the crime scene to Ricky's gun. Charged with Linda Van Buskirk's murder, Ricky was handcuffed at home. Maintaining innocence, he consented to a polygraph, which indicated deception when asked about Linda's death. Distraught, Ricky confessed to his father and lawyer, expressing remorse. Investigators, lacking a clear motive, speculated the attack was sexually motivated due to Ricky's solitary nature. Ricky's acquaintance with Linda began through a car purchase from Bruce Van Buskirk, fostering an infatuation that escalated into stalking. On March 26, 1985, Ricky's sexual advance, rebuffed by Linda, resulted in her murder. Opting for a judge trial, he pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Prosecutors presented compelling evidence, highlighting Ricky's attempts to conceal his crime, indicating awareness of its wrongfulness. On May 13, 1986, Judge Corsilia delivered a verdict of guilty for premeditated first-degree murder, mandating a life sentence without parole in Michigan. Ricky Moore is serving a life sentence at the Muskegon Correctional Facility in Muskegon, Michigan. Thank you for watching our video. If you found this story as inspiring as we did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos featuring cases never before seen on YouTube.